Okay guys, so I want to go over some really basic stuff with Atlas because I know some of you have probably never even seen Atlas. So it can be really overwhelming. It's this big, huge world. It's like a whole nother game. I know the first time that I played Atlas, it was extremely overwhelming. So I'm going to do a bunch of these little basic tutorial videos just to help you guys get acquainted with Atlas. Hopefully I'll try to keep these all as short as possible. Just do, 10 or 15 minutes, little snippets so you guys can get the idea of what you can do in Atlas. So the first thing you're going to want to do when we get Atlas is you're going to notice that you're going to have this new icon on your screen. It's right above the war icon. Mine has the big red idol on it because I'm not currently building any troops. I'm not going to go over troops right now, but we will go over that in another video. So you just click on that icon to get into Atlas. The first time you access Atlas, if you've never had Atlas before, you're going to be taken through a tutorial. Once this tutorial is done, it should bump you out into the real world of Atlas and throw you in at a castle in a safe zone where the majority of your teammates are located. I don't know what's going to happen if you're the first person on our team to take the tutorial. I'm not sure where it's going to put you. But I am going to do my best to be online and create a bookmark for us so we can find each other once we all get in there and get into Atlas. I have to tell you, the first thing I did is I changed a setting in Atlas. So you can see the colors and stuff here, kind of earthy. So the different colors of the territories here tell you what kind of crafting shards you can find. So I think it's pretty useful to have this color scheme. So there's another color scheme you can do. Basically, if you go to settings, the show team color, I don't like it. It was selected for me when I first came into Atlas, and it has all these crazy neon looking colors, and so I changed it. So you can do it however you like. It's personal preference, but I just wanted to point that out to you in case your Atlas looks different than mine. That's why. So once you come into Atlas and you get done with your tutorial, I'm going to try to have this bookmark set. If I don't have it set, just let me know and we'll get it figured out. But again, go into this menu and you click on the castle icon. So under there, you'll click on bookmark. And this particular team that my alt is on is congregated in Nice. Well, I don't know how to say it. All these different names in Atlas. So you see all the way at the bottom of this bookmarks list is Will Nice 1, Willie Nice 2. So you click on one of those arrows next to one of those castles, it takes you right to that castle. So now I can close out of here. As you can see, this already says home on it, but once you click on that castle on the bookmark, you can click here and then you can click on move home, or set home, sorry. So I'm actually going to move right now, but so you can click on that, you can set your home. Now what's going to happen when you set your home? So you can see as you zoom out, you can always see that home button. You can move over here and that thing will follow you everywhere you go. Doesn't matter where you go. Go all the way up here and you can see just how large Atlas is. These are all lands that are not released yet. I don't think anybody owns those. But no matter where you go, you click on the little home circle and it'll take you all the way back to your home. So you can never get lost. So now you have your home. So what can you do in Atlas? What benefit is it to have Atlas? There's a lot of benefits to Atlas, but I think the first thing that you'll want to get used to doing is using the invader base. The invader base is like your own personal XP base, and it's really awesome. I love having access to the invader base. As you level up, you don't have to try to find a new base. You always know every time you hit it, as long as you get 70%, you're going to get your max XP. You can invite people just like you do in the main game. It's just a very simple way to get your dragons leveled. It's a very easy way to get your dragons leveled. I know I've been pretty careful with this alt account. I made a lot of mistakes with my main. But with this alt account, I've been really careful not to over level. I think I'm level 149. I'm about to get my first Garnet Dragon, which is really good. So I remember I'm level 126, and I got How. It's a Mythic Sapphire Dragon. Baby How took the invader base with no problem. I mean, I had my level 1 How out there, and she took it over like no big deal. And it's been that way for me. And the invader base is a pretty simple base compared to some of the XP bases you might find in the main game. So here we go. We have territories. I want to mention territories because you have to be in the same territory as the thing you're going to attack. And the things that you're going to attack are gold mines and poachers. Both of these things will give you gold. The poachers will also give you crafting materials to craft rider gear. Now, they don't give you much, but they do give you a little. To be honest, I don't normally mess with poachers because they don't give me very many of my crafting materials. I get most of my crafting materials by participating in Atlas events. And the poachers, once you hit one, you can't hit them again. And you got to go and follow them and chase them down all across the map to hit another poacher. But with a gold mine, you can hit the gold mines over and over and over and over and over. So, in each territory, you're going to see poachers and you're going to see gold mines. So let's zoom in here and see what we got. Oh, I need to say this. Stay in the safe zones. Do not go into enemy territories. You will get stuck at their castles, they will attack you, and they will kill you. So, you see these little green hands right here? If you're in a territory that has those green hands, you're safe. And you can even see when I clicked on it. Actually, I clicked on somebody's Primarch right there. But, if you click on the little hands and stuff, it'll give you all this information about that territory. But it's a safe zone. It's a neutral zone. No one can attack you here. You can't be killed or anything. So stay there. Do not go into enemy territory. Just don't. We'll get into that kind of thing later as far as attacking other players and stuff like that. So, again, stay in the safe zones and you'll be good. So let's say I have a poacher over here. Actually, I need to tell you what these guys are. So when you zoom in to this particular territory, this is a gold mine. Now you look at the gold mine, you can even see a little gold cart and everything. But this is a gold mine. And then over here, this guy in red, that's a poacher. And you can see he's got a little check mark on him. That's because I've already attacked him. I can't attack him again. If I try to attack him again, the attack button's going to be all grayed out. I can't do it. So I would have to go and attack a different one. So say there's a poacher in some territory somewhere, and I need the particular shards that that poacher is going to give me. So I just pan over to that new territory, and you can see the territories are all labeled. The castles are named. There's outline. So this is a territory here that's Japopirum. I don't know how to say a lot of these names. And then this is the territory I'm in. This territory has 3 castles, 0, 1, and 2. And then I'm going to go over to this territory. There's only 2 castles. There's 0 and 1. So when you go into another territory, you go to a castle in that territory. So, and the way you go in there is you use your Primarch. When you first start Atlas, you're going to have a fighter. I have 2 Primarchs right now. The little blue guy is my fighter. That's the one that you're going to have when you first get into Atlas. So he's selected, and I know he's selected because in the upper left corner, his little icon is showing up there, and that's called the compass. So I'm going to go over to this other territory. I'm just going to click on the castle, and I'm going to click on move. So now my Primarch, or my game piece, if you want to think of him as a game piece, I think that's probably the best way to think about it. He's going to move over there. And now I'm going to be able to attack the poachers and the gold mines in this territory. So I'm going to find a poacher over here, and I just click on him, and I click on attack. Before I do that, though, you'll notice in the lower left corner, it's going to tell you what I'm going to get. I'm going to get gold, and I'm going to get these dark crafting shards when I attack this guy. So that's what I'll get. And again, it doesn't give you much. 121 crafting charge is not much at all, but it's something. And so here's your invader base. You can see it's very simple. There's no boosts. There's no mage towers. There's no perches. There's no dark flax or ice flax or any of those kind of flax. There's no ice turrets. There's no fire turrets. It's, you know, all the lower type towers like archers and cannons and, you know, the towers you first get when you first start playing the game. So it's a very simple base. So I'll probably level up, you know, maybe 3 or 4 more times. Like these, I think when I hit level 49 is when these towers moved from a level 30 tower to a level 31 tower. So usually you can go up a few levels before the tower levels will change. But it's a pretty easy base. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll use Secum. And again, you can invite your teammates just like you can in the main game with any other base that you might attack. And you can see it looks a lot different. Actually, I haven't used this guy in a while. He's got to really he's got to hit those guys a few times. The last time I used him, my invader base had some lower level towers, so I wasn't quite ready for that, I guess. So it's a different kind of map. It's a kind of a 3D environment. It's kind of cool. There's one thing about it though. If you really like Abrian, you know that the healing spell that she has is very good in the main game because you can use it on some towers and stuff, even though there's a red beige around. So like you use it off of monuments and things like that. You can't do that on these maps with an atlas. So that's kind of a little bummer that you can't use Abrian that way. But other than that, this invader base is very handy for leveling all your dragons. And you can always get max XP as long as you get 70% of the base. So if I would have died at 70%, I wouldn't have cared because I still got my max XP. So what I typically try to do is go in here every day and at least the dragons in my roster, I try to go through and attack the gold mine. I usually don't mess with the poachers. They don't really give you that much crafting materials in a way. And like I said, you have to move around the map to keep hitting them because that has a check mark now. I can't attack them again. So what I do is I go in here, I just hit the gold mine over and over and over and over and over again. And do up all my daily multipliers that way. Helps get my dragons trained really quickly. So these are the first things you can do when you get Atlas. You're going to go through the tutorial. You're going to find your team. I'm going to try to have a bookmark for you guys. So again, you can just go here, click on the castles, click on the bookmark button, and then at that, we'll probably only have one at first. And then click the arrow next to the castle. Then you're going to click on the castle and click on set home, and then you'll be good to go there. So tutorial, set your home. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to start using your invader base. Use that invader base. It's a very good benefit of Atlas. It's one of the best benefits of Atlas besides the rider gear, which I'll get into in another video. So just start using the invader base. And again, stay in the safe zones. Do not leave the safe zones. That's very important. I mean, if you don't, and you have a bunch of troops, all your troops are gonna die, and it's gonna be. We'll go over that, but just for now, stay in the safe zone. Use your invader base, and I will do some more videos on some other really cool things you can do in Atlas.